Yeah, here we go again. Another morning, another warm up. Doesn't that make you feel good when you finish that warm up, start your day? Feel strong, huh? Mentally strong. All right, copy this down and then go try these problems. Come back for hints if you need them and come back and check your answers when you're done. Okay? All right, see you in a bit. So we have a product of 1/6 and a sum of 5/6. I multiply two numbers, get 1/6. When I add, I get 5/6. Well, how about 1/3 and 1/2? Right? 1/3 times 1/2 is 1 times 1 on top, 3 times 2 on the bottom. That's 1/6. When I add, I can't add those with their different denominators, but 1/3 is the same as 2/6, and 1/2 is the same as 3/6, and 3/6 and 2/6 is 5/6. Okay. How about 2/9 and 1/2? You know what this is going to be? 1/3 and 2/3. When I add those, I get 3/3, which is 1/2. When I multiply 1 times 2 on top, I get 2. 3 times 3, I get 9. How about this one? How about 1/2 and 3/5? 1 times 3 on top, 2 times 5 on the bottom. Now, when I go to add these, 3/5 is the same as 6/10. 1/2 is the same as 5/10. When I add those, I get 11/10, which is 1 and 1/10. 1 1/4 and 3/8. How about 1/2 and 3/4, right? That's 2/4, and 3/4 is 5/4, which is 1 and 1/4. 1 times 3 is 3, and 2 times 4 is 8. Stumper ones, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I like when I get to stump you on one or two of these, right? That means you're stretching your brain. Okay, don't give up too early. All right, so 8r plus h, that's 8 times r plus h. If r is 3, this isn't 83, it's 8 times 3. And h is 5. I have 24 plus 5, 29. R squared is r3, so 3 squared is not 6, it's 3 times 3, 9. 6h is 6 times h. If h is 5, that's 6 times 5 minus 4. I have 30 minus 4, 26. Okay, now use distributive property. What does that mean? If I have a number outside parentheses and I'm multiplying it, and if there's nothing in between the 2 and the parentheses, that means times, I have to go 2 times 6x plus, not plus 1. That's the most popular mistake people make. I have to distribute this 2 times to each thing inside. So this is 2 times 6x plus 2 times 1, not just the 1. So 6 times 2, this is 12x plus 2. Same idea here. I got to go 3 times 4x minus this time 3 times 2. So 3 times 4x is 12x minus 6 on this one. Okay, now didn't I just do this part 3 times? Yeah, so 3 times 4x is 12x minus 3 times 2 is 6, and then plus 8. I minus 6 and plus 8. I owe 6, but I have 8. I'm going to pay that 6. I'm still going to have 2 left over. So this ends up being 12x plus 2. Whoa. Same thing, huh? Okay, the area is 48, and it's 4 tall. What is the base? Well, 4 times what is 48? I can go divide. Okay, 4 goes into 4 one time, 1 times 4. Now I subtract. What do I do now? Bring down the next number. 4 goes into 8 twice. 2 times 4, perfect fit. And that makes sense. 4 times 12 is 48. So B, the base on this one, equals 12 what? Meters. Okay. Now, the height here is 6. Remember, the base times the height is the area. So if this times 6 is 66, what's this? Well, I can go divide, but some of you can do that in your head. What times 6 is 66? 11. What are we talking about? Inches, right? Area is the square inches. The length of the base is regular inches. Okay. Now here the area is 42. Here's where you have to really, really remind yourself, how do you get the area of a triangle? Right? It's 1/2 times the base times the height. So 1/2 of a number times 7 is 42. Well, 6 times 7 is 42. What's half of what is 6? Don't put 3 there. Half of 12. So the base equals 12 meters. And let's just double check. What's 12 times 7? That's 84. 84 divided by 2 is 42. Okay, so base is 12 on that one. That's probably one of the toughest ones on today's warm-up. Okay, all right, last two. Remember the area of a trapezoid. It's not the top times the height, because the top times the height won't include this triangle or that one. It's not the bottom times the height, because that would be like this rectangle, which includes all of this and this. That's too much. What is it? It's the average of the top and the bottom times the height. And remember, so it's the top plus the bottom divided by 2 times the height. So 4 plus 13 divided by 2 times 8. 17 divided by 2 times 8, and 17. If I just want to multiply fractions, I can just put a 1 under the 8, right? And then I could say now the 2 goes into the bottom once. This is called cross-canceling. 2 goes into 8 4 times. On the bottom, I got 1 times 1. On the top, I have 4 17s, which is 2 34s. 34 square centimeters. Now, some people like that 17 and wanted to change that 17 over 2 into 8.5 and did 8.5 times 8. What do you think I'm going to get if I do 8.5 times 8? 8.5. Whoops. I just recognized my mistake. 2 times 34, right? 2 times 17 is 34. 4 times 17 is 34 doubled. 68. Okay. And that makes more sense because 8 times 8 is 64, and half of 8 is 4. 64 and 4 is 68. So let's just double check. 64 and 4, 68. I'm going to move it over one spot. 68. Good. Whew, glad we double checked that, huh? 68 square centimeters. Same idea here. 16 plus 21. 37. I'm going to cut that in half. Two goes into 17 8 times. That's 16. I get a remainder, so I'm going to add a decimal, bring it up, add a 0, bring it down, and 2 goes into 10. So 18.5 times 11. That's like 185 times 11. 185, put a placeholder, 185, add, and then I'm going to move it over one spot because that wasn't 185, it was 18.5, right? So move it over one spot. Area of this one equals 203.5 square millimeters. Okay. Now I got to show you something real quick. If you're still paying attention, check this out. Tonight's homework. Okay. So when you see that homework video, you're going to recognize. Okay. See that? Okay. You had to figure out what this equals, and we did that. Okay. We did that. That 3 times 4x minus 2. 3 times 4x minus 2 right there. And check this out. 3 times 4x minus 2 plus 8 right there. 2 times 6x plus 1 right there. Okay, so when you see the video on this, I'm going to say, hey, we did that on the warm-up. We did that on the warm-up. We did that on the warm-up. Okay, and you might recognize this too. Okay, right here. So a lot of help in the today's homework if you do this warm up first, okay, which is what you should do. So reward you guys for sticking to your schedule and doing what you should do when you should do it. Okay. All right. Have a good one, everybody.